Hello there, ladies and gents. My name is Marcos Aguirre, and in today's video, I'm going to review, document, and sound demo this beautiful guitar. This is an ESP-LTD Alexi-600 Special Edition model. Let's get right into the specs and features of this beautiful instrument. Out of the factory, these guitars came with a Floyd Rose 1000 bridge, an EMG H4 pickup, and a single volume/tone knob that controls both of those things at a fixed rate. On this side, we have 24 extra jumbo frets, a rich and dark ebony fretboard, and pink acrylic sawtooth designed inlays. The scale length on this guitar is 25.5 inches, and on the headstock we have a pink LTD logo to match the whole aesthetic of this instrument. On the side we can see that this guitar has a white binding that runs all the way to the headstock, and for fret markers we have simple black dots. Out of the factory, these guitars came with Grover tuners. The neck is a 3-piece maple U-neck with a natural satin finish. This guitar has neck-through construction, and on the back of the body we just see the usual cavity plates for electronics and for the Floyd Rose. The breast cancer ribbon you guys see is just a decal that I added on. The wood material for the body is alder, and the neck width is 42 millimeters. Overall, this guitar has great specs and features. Not only that, but it is very well built and it's very sturdy, and it feels good to play and hold, but I'll talk more about that later. The only thing that I changed about this guitar, or I should say the only thing that's different between this particular guitar and one you would get out of the factory when these were still in production, are that I put a breast cancer awareness sticker on the back there, and also I upgraded the pickup from an EMG H4 to an EMG Alexi Laiho Signature Series pickup that comes with a gain boost. This pickup doesn't sound too much different from an EMG H4. However, out of this set, what really enhances your tone is the gain boost that comes with this pickup. The special afterburner gain boost that comes with this set gives you up to 18 decibels of extra gain, which you can adjust by turning that dial that's in the blue little square. It also gives you a 3-band EQ, which you can also adjust with a little screwdriver. So it gives you a lot of versatility when it comes to tone, and a lot more output than even an active pickup would give you. When installed, the EQ and gain boost are always on and can be deactivated when pulling the push-pull pod that comes with this set. Now you guys might wonder why I'm talking about this and placing so much importance on this upgrade. Basically, this upgrade bridges the gap in terms of sound when it comes to this guitar and its ESP counterparts, and I'll do a sound comparison later in this video. You guys might have noticed that I'm referring to this guitar or these guitars in the past tense. That is because these guitars are no longer in production. Not only that, this particular model is a special edition model, and only 200 of these particular guitars were made. What makes this guitar a special edition model is the color combination. So for an Alexi Laiho LTD, this color combination was limited to only 200, which I think it's crazy because that was one of Alexi Laiho's most popular color combination, at least in terms of sales for the ESP counterparts. So it makes no sense to limit this color combination for the LTDs, which are a lot more accessible to the children of Bodom community. The non-special edition models came in black with yellow pinstripes and white with black pinstripes, which are excellent guitars. I've had the pleasure of owning one of each in the past. I did make a documentation video for these guitars on my YouTube channel, and it was actually one of my first videos. You guys can check that out on my channel if you like, but I have to warn you guys, it was before my videos were actually good. Now let's get into the tone demo, for which I will use my Lee Jackson GP1000 rack setup, and then I'll talk more about this guitar as well as do the sound comparison between it and the ESP counterpart. So although I'm a bit rusty on my Children of Bodom licks, this guitar does feel great to play and hold, whether you play with it sitting down or standing up, or if you hold it as I am right now. Admittedly, though, it is a little bit heavy, but it's nothing that gets in the way of your playing. I like to think that this guitar is heavy because they use the sturdiest of woods for the construction, and the fact that this guitar has great tuning stability reinforces my belief. As of this video coming out, I've already sold this guitar. I sold it to Kenny Graves from the band Mike's Dead, and he seems to love this guitar, so I'm really glad that this instrument went to somebody who's gonna truly appreciate it. So in the late 2000s and early 2010s, the non-special edition versions of this guitar went for around $1,049, and that's what I paid for them in 2013. I'm actually showing you guys the magazine I got these guitars from. This black and pink special edition one cost me $1,300, so I paid a little extra for this limited edition guitar, but it was well worth it. I decided to sell it because I honestly don't use it often enough to justify having it, so I would rather somebody else have it that's actually going to use it and appreciate it. These days, I usually just use my ESP or my Edwards Alexi guitar. But anyway, let's talk about this guitar and how it compares to its ESP counterpart. Honestly, this guitar is 90% as good as the ESP counterpart you guys see on screen. The biggest differences between these two guitars are 1. The country of manufacturer. So obviously the ESP is made in Japan and the LTD is made in Korea. The next difference, and perhaps the biggest, is that the ESP does have a better build quality, but not by a ton, and this is mostly reflected in places that you can't really see, like the pickup cavities and the Floyd Rose cavities. The inlay material between these two guitars is also different, in that the ESP has pearloid inlays and the LTD has acrylic inlays, but you can't really take points off for that because this is the same inlay material that the custom shop version of this guitar has. Overall, the main true differences between these two guitars are 1. The build quality. So the LTD is 90% as good as the ESP in terms of build quality. The next main difference is the sound. So the ESP comes out of the factory with a gain boost and the LTD does not. But as I stated earlier, if you install an EMG Alexi Laiho Signature Series pickup and gain boost on your LTD, it bridges the gap in terms of sound between these two guitars. And here's what they sound like side by side. So they sound almost identical, and with this upgrade, it brings the similarity between these two guitars to about 95%. There does exist a custom shop version of this black and pink guitar with the solid pinstripes, and it is honestly one of the coolest and most unique Alexi guitars that you'll ever see. Not only because it's got the solid pinstripes, but also because it's got a neck pickup. I've been trying to hunt this guitar down for a while, but it seems to be just a one-off that somebody might have ordered. Okay, ladies and gents, so final thoughts on this guitar. In terms of construction, I rate it a 9 out of 10. So excellent build and quality. The only complaint I have is maybe the routing cavities. In terms of playability and feel, I give this guitar a 9 out of 10. So it feels great to play and hold. The only thing that keeps it back from being a perfect 10 out of 10 is that it is a little bit heavy, but it's again nothing that gets in the way of your playing, and it still gets a 9 out of 10. In terms of aesthetics, I give this guitar a 9 out of 10. So it looks beautiful. The black and pink contrast really well, but it's not my personal favorite. However, it still looks cool as hell, which is why I give it a 9 out of 10. Lastly, in terms of sound, with the EMG H4 alone, this guitar gets an 8 out of 10. With the EMG Alexi gain boost and pickup upgrade, it does get a 9.5 out of 10 because it does make that much of a difference to have a gain boost and an EQ in terms of it gives you a lot of tonal options. Alright, ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for you for today. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.